Greetings. If you're a follower of my channel, you're likely aware that I've produced content discussing the explosive growth occurring in the city of Leesburg. And in the background, you will see a sampling of the new developments that have been approved by the City Commission in the last few years, and an example of the traffic jams that are already here. In this particular video, I aim to relay the points that I presented to the Leesburg City Commission during their session on February 12, 2024, nearly 2 months ago. The catalyst for this discussion arose due to a proposed development along Route 44 opposite Pembroke Fairways. Despite assuming that recent land allocations had quelled the wave of rezonings, annexations, and planned unit developments, or PUDs, it appeared that such proposals persist and are still being approved. Regrettably, on that particular evening, the Commission greenlit the aforementioned development. Remarkably, almost precisely a month later, Commissioner Connell voiced opposition to a development between Route 33 and Route 48 in South Leesburg, echoing sentiments akin to mine. Perhaps this signals a shift in attitude. While I cannot ascertain if my address to the Commission prompted his change of heart, there exists a glimmer of optimism that this unchecked growth may be curbed. I'll first recount what I conveyed to the Commission, followed by playing Commissioner Connell's subsequent remarks a month later. The erratic decision-making by the City Commission must be addressed. How can we achieve this? Well, perhaps by collectively attending the next City Commission meeting, where we can voice our objections to the approval of new developments that are continuing to occur. This may prompt them to recognize the seriousness of our concerns regarding the impact of their decisions on our quality of life. The following is what I said to the City Commission on February 12th, about 2 months ago. On April 12th, 2022, Commissioner Peterson, who was then the mayor, asserted on Lakefront TV that in Florida, we prioritize building communities before roads. While this may hold true for Leesburg, it does not accurately reflect the situation in South Lake County. The Leesburg City Commission appears to be using this rationale to justify unrestricted growth. In the city of Leesburg, a notable opposing philosophy is what is occurring with the burgeoning growth in southern Lake County, rivaling or possibly surpassing that of Leesburg. In a YouTube video from November 2023, Lake Commissioner Sean Parks expressed concerns about the traffic and road construction. He emphasized the importance of establishing a comprehensive road network before experiencing growth. Parks can be quoted as saying, "What we wanted to make sure of is that we would have the road network in place and have all that contemplated and bought out before the growth occurs." The video, titled "Exciting Road Updates in Claremont and Mineola," is available for viewing on YouTube. This discrepancy highlights a divergence in approaches between Leesburg and the rest of the county. You are on the verge of approving a new development on Route 44 while only just sending the plans to the state. That's not trying to have a productive dialogue. That is passing the buck. South Lake County, in contrast, is witnessing significant road projects and the creation of new east-west connectors, including Sawgrass Bay Boulevard, Lake Orange Expressway or Route 516, Wellness Boulevard, Lake Louisa Road Extension, and Schofield Road, just to name a few. Existing roads such as Hancock Road are being extended, reaching Route 455, along with the establishment of new roads like Citrus Grove Road and Education Avenue. Leesburg, however, relies on Route 44 and Route 48 as east-west connectors, both of which are insufficient for the current population and the already approved developments. The City Commission appears to be neglecting its duty to collaborate with the MPO and other county and state agencies to ensure the timely improvement of roads, safeguarding existing residents from adverse impacts on our quality of life. At the time of this meeting, the City of Leesburg did not have a representative for the MPO Community Advisory Committee, which shows the lack of commitment this city has to improving its roads. I should point out that at the commission meeting 2 weeks after the one I spoke at, the mayor approved a representative. Too little, too late. While acknowledging the inevitability of growth, it is imperative that it be managed rather than unrestrained. as has been the trend in recent years. The current commissioners may need to be reconsidered in this election year of individuals who prioritize the concern of existing residents over merely approving every new project presented to them. It is crucial for the city commissioners to fulfill their responsibilities and truly represent the well-being of Leesburg's existing residents, who are being sacrificed for growth. How many new homes have already been improved in the city of Leesburg? Somewhere around 30,000. Dan Miller said at a planning board meeting that with the homes that have already been approved, there are not enough jobs in the city of Leesburg, and people will have to commute to Orlando or Ocala for work. It's going to be hard to find a job in Leesburg. It's on YouTube. Watch it if you like. Enough is enough. Okay, so that's what I said. And here now is the video a month later of Commissioner Cannell discussing the need to control growth.
Public comment? Any other commission comments?
I do have several. I think this is as good a time as any to start speaking of this. To me, there's two things. You got smart growth, and you got out of control growth. And I believe we've hit the out of control button. I mean, with the amount of land that we annex and rezone every month is tremendous. I mean, I don't know if anybody's aware. Do you know we have over 30,000 lots on the books that have been approved or not developed yet? That's probably more than double the amount of rooftop, single-family rooftops we have in this city already, and we're over double of that already on the books for development. You know, I just think we need to take a step back and start thinking about this annexation and rezoning. We've got a tremendous amount of property out there. There's no supply and demand problem. There's plenty of property that can be developed. It's already been approved. It's inside the city. I think we need to really think about slowing down on this development. I mean, we all know that transportation, the roads, lag way behind the developments. And, you know, you're talking about over 30,000 rooftops. I mean, we probably couldn't handle another 4,000 or 5,000 rooftops. I mean, sometimes you try to get to the city of Leesburg during the day, hey, it take you 30 minutes to drive a 5-mile stretch. I mean, and, you know, nothing against FDOT or the county, but it lags behind the development. And when you've got over 30,000 lots sitting there already on the books, I think we really need to really consider maybe not doing all this annexation or rezoning. I mean, I know I've heard the argument, well, if we don't do it, somebody else will annex it in. Well, it's my understanding, if it's in our ISBA, that they can't do it anyway unless all 14 jurisdictions and the county agree that the other jurisdiction can take it from us. So it's not like somewhere down the road we're going to be missing out on some annexation and rezoning that if we don't do it, well, Groveland Claremont's going to do it. Well, they really can't if they're in our ISBA. So I really think we really need to consider this and start slowing down on just handing out these annexations, rezoning PUDs, you know, like Santa would with the Christmas gifts. I mean, I really think we really need to consider this. And I wasn't, you know, I mean, I've been thinking about this, but I thought, well, this is, I guess, the time. I mean, there's another PUD with, what, 800 homes?
Well,
I
this
mean,
is actually a decrease.
I understand it's a decrease, but it's also on a PUD that's well expired. That's why they're back, because their PUD that was approved is expired. So, like I said, I mean, I just really think, the commission ought to think about this as a whole. Over 30,000 units on the books, over double the amount of single-family rooftops we have in the city now. I mean, how many more are we going to bring in here? Anyway, that's what I had to say, Mr. Mayor.
Any other comments? Any other public comments?
Once again, Rick Rojas, 9455 Silver Lake Drive, Leesburg. I commend Mr. Connell's comments. I mean, I mentioned this back in December of 2021 when another project was irresponsibly being developed on 44 with two-way roads that can't support what's already there. You know, it's time. I mentioned it on record. There's a fine line. I make a career out of this, 38 years in this business. There's a fine line between responsible development and irresponsible development. The city of Leesburg has crossed that line many years ago. So once again, I commend Mr. Connell. Thank you.
It's evident, following Commissioner Connell's remarks regarding this development, that there's a growing acknowledgement of the traffic issues plaguing Leesburg and its consequential impact on our quality of life. We must maintain our pressure on the current city commissioners to ensure they fully grasp the extent of their decisions on our well-being. In May, there is the imminent annexation of Secret Promise, nearly 4,000 acres for the villages, paving the way for an approximately 8,000 additional homes. Commissioner Connell's cited figure of 30,000 approved lots will be outdated. It's likely to be 40,000 after this gets approved. Furthermore, the city's planning director, Dan Miller, anticipates a population surge to approximately 100,000 if all these lots are developed and occupied, whereas we currently stand at 27,000 residents today. Alarmingly, there are no ongoing road capacity improvement projects in Leesburg. There is a new development that was denied approval by the Planning Board on March 21st, 2024 called Denham Village, which is bounded by Route 33, Route 48, and the Turnpike. There are no reasons given for not approving this development, but during the discussion, there were major concerns about the traffic that would be added to an already congested network of roads. Denham Village is being proposed by D.R. Horton. It is 506 acres and 1,500 homes being slated, which include 340 townhomes, 240 apartments, 49 live-work units, single-family residential, and some commercial areas. While this did not get approved by the Planning Board, this will still come to a vote before the Leesburg City Commission on June 20th, with the first reading on April 22nd. There is no logical reason why this should be approved by the City Commission, and this is a case that we should rally around. Please plan on attending the City Commission meetings on April 22nd and June 10th to voice your opposition to this PUD. This madness must cease immediately, and we implore your assistance in halting it by coming to and being heard at the City Commission meetings. There is power in numbers. Thank you for listening, and I hope you become involved in saving our city. And if you have any questions or comments, contact me at marionapaconsulting@gmail.com. Thank you again.